Life is inevitably filled with hardships, pain, and challenges that test our emotional resilience. Whether it's personal loss, career setbacks, or internal struggles, it's human nature to feel overwhelmed by the weight of these experiences. Yet, legendary samurai Miyamoto Musashi offers a powerful, counterintuitive approach to handling life's difficulties. Care less about them. Musashi, famous not only for his unmatched skill in combat, but also for his profound philosophical insights, left behind lessons that go far beyond swordsmanship. His teachings provide us with valuable tools for navigating life's hardships with strength, grace, and clarity. This article delves into Musashi's timeless wisdom and offers practical advice on how to build resilience by caring less about the pain we encounter. Musashi's approach to hardships: detachment from emotion. At the core of Miyamoto Musashi's philosophy is the principle of emotional detachment. This concept, deeply rooted in both his warrior practice and his life philosophy, stresses the importance of maintaining calm and composure in the face of adversity. Musashi believed that to be truly effective, whether in combat, personal relationships, or any challenging situation, one must not allow emotions to cloud judgment or dictate actions. However, this does not mean suppressing or ignoring emotions. Rather, it involves observing and acknowledging them without becoming controlled by them. In Dokkodo, The Way of Walking Alone, a short work Musashi wrote near the end of his life, he laid out a series of guiding principles for self-discipline. Among these is a key lesson: accept everything just the way it is. This Stoic principle urges us to embrace life as it unfolds, regardless of the challenges or pain it brings. It suggests that by fully accepting reality without resistance, we free ourselves from the emotional turmoil that often accompanies hardship. In practice, Musashi's approach is about cultivating a mindset that allows for clarity in moments of crisis. When life becomes painful, whether due to personal loss, failure, or unforeseen obstacles, the instinctual reaction is to resist, to fight back against the discomfort, or to dwell on the injustice of it all. Musashi teaches us the opposite: to accept the pain without letting it consume us. In doing so, we gain the emotional distance necessary to think more rationally, make better decisions, and ultimately move forward more effectively. This lesson is incredibly relevant in today's world, where hardships and setbacks are inevitable. For instance, when dealing with difficult relationships, financial struggles, or career challenges, it is easy to become overwhelmed by negative emotions like anger, frustration, or fear. These emotions, if left unchecked, can distort our judgment and prevent us from responding constructively to the situation. Musashi's teachings remind us that emotional detachment is not a sign of indifference or apathy. Rather, it is a method of achieving mental clarity and resilience in the face of difficulty. By caring less about the emotional weight of our suffering, we open ourselves up to clearer, more thoughtful actions. Instead of being paralyzed by the hurt, we can focus on what truly matters: finding solutions, adapting to circumstances, and growing from the experience. This level-headedness, a hallmark of Musashi's philosophy, is what allows us to endure hardship, not as victims, but as active participants in our own progress. Detachment, in Musashi's view, is a form of strength. It doesn't mean disengagement from life, but rather engagement with a sense of perspective. By caring less about the emotional distress we experience, we paradoxically place ourselves in a better position to overcome it, respond to it, and ultimately thrive beyond it. In this way, Musashi's teachings guide us to navigate life's challenges with poise, wisdom, and an unshakable sense of purpose. The capacity to recover quickly from challenges is more vital than ever. The teachings of Miyamoto Musashi, especially his emphasis on detachment and mental clarity, offer timeless strategies for cultivating this resilience. Musashi encourages us to face life's obstacles not with resistance or emotional turbulence, but with calm acceptance and focused determination. His philosophy revolves around the idea that by caring less about the things that hurt us, we can better navigate adversity and continue moving forward with strength. To integrate Musashi's philosophy into modern life and build emotional resilience, consider these practical steps. 1. Accept what you can't change. The teaching of accept everything just the way it is offers a powerful alternative. Acceptance is not about passive resignation or giving up. It's about acknowledging the reality of the situation without judgment or resistance. It is the mental shift from fighting against what we cannot change to working with what is. This practice allows us to clear the emotional clutter that clouds our minds and find peace in the present moment, no matter how difficult it may be. By accepting our circumstances, we also free ourselves from the negative emotions that come from wishing for a different reality. The time and energy we might spend ruminating on the unfairness of life can instead be channeled toward taking constructive action. In essence, Musashi's call to acceptance is a call to clarity. It urges us to see our challenges clearly and without distortion, which in turn allows us to respond thoughtfully and productively. For example, in the face of a personal or professional setback, acceptance doesn't mean that you approve of the situation or that you stop striving to improve things. Rather, it means that you acknowledge the reality of where you are and work from that point forward without being weighed down by regret or false expectations. You accept the hardship not as a permanent state, but as a current reality, which then empowers you to move through it with more ease and composure. This principle is especially important in situations where we have little to no control, like the loss of a job, a relationship breakdown, or an unexpected health issue. Instead of getting trapped in a loop of why me thoughts, Musashi's approach encourages us to embrace the moment as it is, knowing that emotional resistance only worsens our suffering. When we stop wishing for things to be different and instead accept them as they are, we can focus our efforts on what we can control, our attitude, our decisions, and our actions going forward. 2. Detach from emotional reactions. Musashi's teachings on emotional detachment emphasize the importance of observing our emotions without letting them control us. Emotional resilience requires that we not be swept away by the intensity of our feelings, but instead maintain enough distance to respond thoughtfully. When you experience something painful or challenging, take a moment to step back. Ask yourself, what is driving this emotion? Is my reaction proportional to the situation? Musashi believed that those who remain calm and level-headed in the face of difficulty are far better equipped to make sound decisions. This habit of pausing before reacting can help us prevent rash, emotionally charged responses that we might later regret. 3. Focus on what's within your control. A key aspect of Musashi's wisdom is focusing on what we can control and letting go of the rest. Life is filled with uncertainties and external forces that we cannot change. However, we can always control our response to these events. When confronted with a problem, identify the elements you have power over, your actions, your mindset, and how you choose to approach the issue. By directing your energy toward those controllable aspects, you not only become more effective, but also reduce the stress and anxiety that comes from trying to manage the uncontrollable. Musashi teaches that by accepting our limited control over the external world, we can shift our attention inward and strengthen our internal resilience. 4. Find strength in letting go. One of the hardest lessons Musashi offers is the idea of letting go of emotional attachment to outcomes, people, and even our own ego. Often we hold on to situations or expectations too tightly, thinking that by exerting control, we can ensure success or happiness. Musashi's wisdom, however, suggests that the harder we cling, the more suffering we create for ourselves. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing the emotional grip that causes unnecessary stress and mental exhaustion. It's about understanding that while we value people, goals, or situations, we do not allow them to dominate our inner peace. By adopting this mindset, we free up our emotional and mental resources to face life's challenges with greater clarity and strength. 5. Embrace flexibility and adaptability. Another important lesson from Musashi's philosophy is the need for flexibility. Just as a rigid tree can snap in the wind while a supple one bends and survives, emotional resilience is built on adaptability. Life rarely goes according to plan, and Musashi teaches us that those who remain flexible in the face of change are more likely to thrive. Instead of being overly attached to a specific outcome or path, cultivate the ability to adjust as circumstances shift. This mindset allows you to approach life's challenges not with fear or resistance, but with curiosity and the willingness to explore new solutions. 6. Balance emotion with rational thought. Musashi's ability to balance emotion with logic allowed him to act strategically even in the most intense moments of combat. This same balance is crucial for emotional resilience today. While emotions provide important information about how we feel, they can cloud our judgment if left unchecked. By cultivating a mindset of balance, one that honors our emotions without letting them overwhelm our rational thinking, we can respond to life's difficulties in a more measured and effective way. This balance between emotion and thought is the foundation for making choices that lead to personal growth and resilience, rather than reactions driven solely by momentary feelings.